against, Madam Chair.
Paduano?
Can I explain my vote? Why I voted against the motion of the Honorable Marcoleta? Just a short lang.
You have 1 minute.
Thank you po. Madam Chair, tama po. During the previous hearing, wala pong nag-move to terminate the budget. That's number 1 po of the OBP. Number 2 po, the demeanor, the answers being given by the Vice President during the time. Personally, it does not satisfy this representation. Thirdly, Madam Chair, the courtesy being given to the Office of the Vice President is afforded if she is present in the day's hearing. How can you give that courtesy when Faki is absent in the day's hearing, Madam Chair? I might change my vote for that, but
Was the President of the Philippines
are you
present?
recognized?
Please.
Congressman,
Please
I am
wait
about
to be recognized.
Madam Chair.
Please wait to be recognized. Please proceed, Kong Paduano. You
you're
have
not yet
30 seconds.
recognized, Marcoleta. Madam Chair, maybe I will change my vote if the for the motion of Marcoleta if the Vice President is present in today's hearing. But he's absent. How can I personally vote for that? Because he's not present in today's hearing, Madam Chair, and that courtesy should be given to those head of office that should be present during the budget deliberation, Madam Chairman. Thank you.
So, Kong Zia, you're now recognized. The floor is yours.
Madam
Yes.
Chair, pwede ba kami naman muna, hindi naman sunod-sunod na
binigyan-
sila na lang. Madam Chair, please.
So, Madam
I'd
Chair,
I'd
so
like
wala
to,
pa naman po
before
tayo
you proceed,
sa...
Before
May
you
I
proceed,
raise a
before you proceed,
parliamentary
Conference,
inquiry, Madam Chair?
Before you proceed, I'd like to remind our members for orderly proceedings, please wait to be acknowledged
Yes,
before
ma'am,
you
pero-
speak. So sa ngayon po, dahil nauna po si Kong France, paunahin na muna natin siya. So Kong France, please proceed.
puro sila
And
na
then
po
I will
yung-
recognize you after. Kong Dante.
Magkakasunod, Madam eh.
Medyo nauna lang po siya ng 1 second po.
Di ba
Kong
ang
Dante.
ating tradition, unang minority, pagkatas majority?
Wala pa po
sunod-sunod
tayo sa
naman
interpellation,
sila.
Kong
Oo nga
Dante.
po, pero maski na sa manifestation, dapat ganun din.
Nauna lang po siya, so yes po. Kong France, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, ang ibig sabihin nito ay kahit na binigyan natin ang Office of the Vice President na second time around na magpaliwanag doon sa budget at magkaroon tayo ng pagkakataon na siya ay matanong dahil ito naman po talaga yung mandato natin dito sa Kongreso, no? Mabusisi yung budget. So ang ibig sabihin po nito ay binoboykot niya tayo. Pagboboykot ito, Madam Chair, dahil wala pang akong natatandaan na ahensya ng gobyerno o executive branch na binoykot ang Kongreso dito sa budget hearing and deliberation. So ang ibig sabihin, Madam Chair, betrayal of her oath of office. Kahapon nakita ko yung kanyang video na ginagalang niya yung power of the purse ng Kongreso. Alam niya na tayo po yung nag-allocate or nagbabudget or nag-approve ng budget ng lahat ng ahensya. So dahil pinapaubaya niya na sa atin ito, na hindi niya man lang i-defend, kasi ang laki-laki nung, Madam Chair, yung budget for socio-economic program delivery, socio-economic projects and stakeholder, ang ibig sabihin ba niyan, inaabandona niya na yung pinaplano niya siguro na ng mga constituents niya, nabibigyan niya nitong mga programs na ito. So, Madam Chair, ang problema dito, talagang bratinela to the max, na ayaw nang matanong, umiiwas sa mga tanong, at eto pa, kapag gusto nating tanungin, hindi uma-attend doon sa Kaya talagang, Madam Chair, siguro later on, kung ano yung later on na lang po, Madam Chair, yung aking magiging pasya dito sa magiging budget at recommendation sa budget ng OBP. So, pasensya na po ang taong bayan, binoykot tayo ng Vice President.
Salamat, Kong France. Kong Marcoleta, you're now recognized.
Salamat po, Madam Chair. Yung hindi po pagdating ng ating pangalawang Pangulo ngayon, Ang suspecha ko po ay dahil sa nangyari na mga pagtatanong nung nakaraang pagdinig. I have heard the volume and the barrage of questions asked by members of this committee to the Vice President. Despite the fact, Madam Chair, I heard her several times saying, I forgo the opportunity of defending the OBP budget for 2025 by question and answer, and I leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on such proposal as presented. That was the template of an answer given by the Office of the Vice President. Madam Chair, napilitan po akong mag-raise ng parliamentary inquiry. I think I have earned this. If I survive my term up to next year, I would have survived also, or I would have completed 18 years in this institution. And in this length of time, I have observed a tradition. The tradition is the two highest positions of government, namely the office of the Vice President and the office of the President, are not traditionally subjected to questions. I have observed this for so long a time. May I refresh the memory of the members of this committee, Madam Chair. In 2022, the Minority Leader, Honorable Libanan, citing courtesy to the office of the Vice President, took only about 13 minutes to move for the termination of the budget of the Vice President. And after that, the Majority Leader seconded the motion. That was 2022, Madam Chair. Then 2023, no less than the Presidential son, our own Senior Deputy Majority Leader, the Honorable Sandro Marcos, stood up and invoked the long-honored tradition of according courtesy to the OBP, the Office of the Vice President. And in the same manner, he moved for the termination of the office of the budget, the consideration of the budget of the Office of the President, Vice President. I also recall, Madam Chair, that it was terminated. And with the full consternation of Honorable Franz Castro, who then objected, but her objections were never heard until she moved to make up record by way of manifestation her objection. But the committee collectively said, you can no longer do that because there was already a termination of the hearing. This is the time-honored tradition, Madam Chair. For so long a time, we have kept and observed this. We have upheld this tradition. My question is this committee authorized to set aside or discard the tradition? That is the question.
Your Honor, such motion was not introduced in the last hearing.
I'm now introducing the motion, Madam Chair.
I
To
second,
terminate-
Madam Chair.
To terminate the consideration of the budget of the Vice President, Madam Chair, on the basis of the long and time-honored tradition, Madam Chair. In order for us to respect a tradition in the same manner that we have respected the tradition here, that the first to interpolate every time is the member of the minority. That is the tradition. We have not yet discarded that. We're observing that because we are honorable members of this Congress. So the question is, why have we discarded that tradition? Is this committee authorized to set aside the tradition? If we are not able to do that, Madam Chair, then I honorably, respectfully now move to terminate consideration of the budget of the Office of the Vice President, and I so move.
Second, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman, Madam Chair, Madam Chair,
Move and seconded.
Session suspended.
Judging from the volumes of questions to the office of the Vice President during the first hearing, I presume, Madam Chair, that considering that those questions originated from the 2022 budget, am I correct to presume, Madam Chair, that the budget of the Vice President in 2022 or the utilization of those budgets were subjected to a notice of disallowance?
COA?
Come again, sir. What's the question po?
Tinatanong po kayo kung subject, nagkaroon ng notice of disallowance noong 2022 ang OVP.
2022?
Yung
Madam
mga questions po kasi, Madam Chair, the way I understood them, 2022 ang origin, parang ang damdam ko, merong subject of notice of disallowance, yung budget ng Vice President, because of the type of questions asked during the first hearing.
Madam Chair, for the 2023, we have not yet...
22.
22.
Kasi nagsimula doon ng mga questions, di ba?
Based on the report of COA, Madam Chair, for the year
Nagsimula
2022,
yung tanong yung 2022.
the audit team issued notice of disallowance amounting to 2,638,186. on April 5, 2022 pertaining to the engagement of private lawyer as legal consultant without the written conformity of the Solicitor General and the concurrence of COA. So that's the only ND or notice of disallowance issued during that year.
What about in 2023, Madam Chair?
For 2023, Madam Chair, there was no notice of disallowance issued to the OBP.
So why is it, Madam Chair, that most of the questions are being asked as though they do not believe the Vice President than when she said that she is already communicating with the COA?
Madam
I
Chair.
think the Office of Vice President, Madam Chair, is being audited by the Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Unit. Is that correct?
Madam Chair, if I may I clarify, what I have said about the notice of disallowance is pertaining to the transactions of the OBP, not for the confidential fund, because we are the audit team of OBP for the transactions to audit the transaction of the OBP, not the confidential fund. The confidential fund is being audited by the ICFAO, another office from the COA.
Yes, so the question is supposed to be for you.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Subjected ba sa Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Unit?
Yes,
Yung
Madam.
confidential fund ng Vice President?
Yes, Madam Chair.
So was there a notice of disallowance?
There was a notice of disallowance issued for the fourth quarter of 2022, Madam Chair.
There was?
Yes.
Okay. Madam Chair, may I know the nature of a notice of disallowance? I mean the nature.
A notice is
How do you characterize a notice of disallowance?
a notice is disallowance is given for expenses disbursed. It is a notification to the head of agency and or accountant informing and requiring the persons liable to restitute the amount of the disallowance. That is a confidential expense disapproved or disallowed in audit, either in whole or in part, as a result of illegal, irregular, or improper disbursement or expenditure of such fund. Your
You
Honor.
call it IUEEU. Is that correct?
Yes, yes,
I,
Madam Chair.
irregular. U is
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Madam Chair.
E,
Extravagant, Madam Chair.
another E.
Excessive po.
And U.
Unnecessary. Your
Una yung unnecessary. Unconscionable.
unconscionable po.
Okay, so you initially determined when you issued a notice of disallowance to the Office of the Vice President that somehow merong lumabas dun sa IUEEU. Is that correct?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
So how do you characterize a notice of disallowance?
May I be clarified po on the question, Madam Chair?
I do not know how to simplify. How do you characterize? What is a notice of disallowance?
It is a notice po to the head of agency.
Okay. Is a notice of disallowance contestable?
Yes, Madam Chair. It is not a final
It is not a final
action
judgment.
of COA. Opo.
It is appealable.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. What is now the stage of the notice of disallowance issued to the Office of the Vice President?
Madam Chair, we have issued the notice of disallowance, and it was received by management on August 9, 2024. So they still have 6 months po, or 180 days
Correct.
to appeal po the
And
disallowance.
they are supposed to reply yet.
Yes po.
You will have to give them the opportunity to make a reply.
That is correct
To
po,
explain
Madam Chair. Yes po, Madam
how
Chair.
the budget was utilized.
Opo.
And that is part of due process.
That is correct po.
Meaning to say, there is no guilt yet. until and unless you are able to receive the reply, the answer, and the explanation of the Office of the Vice President.
That is correct po. And